Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal channel, and today we're going to be checking out a band called Necrowretch, and the song is Vae Victus. This is Andy's choice.
He likes the name.
No, it's a choice from the couple of dozen that's available on the screen.
He's basically chosen it on the name.
He actually said he loves this band.
He wants it to be extra.
Never heard of them, but
He thought this is the best song he's ever heard and wants us to talk about it. Okay, we're going to check it out. Stonewall silence. We'll go check it out and share our thoughts and feelings at the end. Let's go do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there we go. Necrowretch and Vae Victus. Andy?
I enjoyed it. Honestly,
Since
I'm not a huge black metal fan. but this had a really old school feel.
It's definitely old school, yeah.
Old school
Mayhem.
feel to it. Stripped back, really, really good. So almost sort of classic black metal from the Norwegian super groups and everything. I don't. They're from Turkey. Did you say?
France. The singer
France.
lived in Turkey for a while.
All right. I really enjoyed the song. I could quite easily have had a visualizer or lyric video because what we saw on screen was pretty terrible, wasn't it? I mean, the actual filming of the video wasn't great. The shots weren't great. God, it's just like a black room. Close-ups.
Studio, that is. It's got to be a rehearsal studio.
And unfortunately, the vocalist went into the realms of cringeworthiness, didn't he?
Is it the way he looked at the camera?
Well, the way he wasn't looking at the camera.
The
gurn, and the fact that he was looking off camera, and just the posturing. It's all, it's sort of, let's say, cringeworthy and just not necessary. I know he's trying to portray the evilness of the music with his performance, but just sort of stick to
watch a Venom video to get tips on that. Yeah.
Not cringeworthiness. No, I think they're ticking the boxes on that. But I would definitely check this band out. I really, really did enjoy that, but the video was awful, and I'd quite like to have just shut my eyes and just vibe to the music because it was. It's in 2024.
What vibe though? What vibe would you be getting off this?
The classic black metal vibe. I mean, it's
because you don't like.
It's brand new, but that could have been from 1994. That could have been 30 years ago. But the production was good. The rest of the band's sort of performances in the video were adequate, but they added a story element with the guy with the curved sword from. I think Kirk, you're saying you'll elaborate further, but it's sort of based on sort of beliefs of a certain country and a certain sort of branch of religion. But yeah, they tried to bring that in, and I don't think it worked because it was cringe. I mean, the guy captive, he performed well. He looked absolutely terrified, and he suffered his fate at the end. But
it was a Taylor Swift man.
Just too much posturing with a sword and just black metal cliches and almost bordering on, sort of. Laughability, really, wasn't it? But yeah, great song. I definitely want to check out this album this is from.
Kurt?
Yeah, I'll give some context. So I reviewed this album earlier in the year. 7 out of 10. So this was released via the prestigious French label.
So you gave it a higher. You gave this a higher rating than you did Locusts.
Yeah, okay. Because there's good variation on this album. So it's from an album called Swords of Dajjal, which was released earlier this year on the 2nd of February. Dajjal is the Islamic Antichrist. Now Vlad, that's not his real name because he's anonymous, because he's a black metal musician. I know that he spent some time in Turkey and got interested in the occult and looking at it from how the Quran and the Hadith, how that portrays Satan. So they're a French band. That song, the only thing that lets it down, and this is why I don't always listen to black metal, washing machine metal at the beginning, isn't it? It's basically an industrial fucking tumble dryer for like the first minute. That's all I mean. It's like, but there were some good moments in there. If you listen to the album, there's actually quite a lot of variation. I heard a lot of Obituary and Celtic Frost in there. Immortal, I would say, is the main influence on this. As a black metal band. France has got a really good scene for extreme metal, and I do listen to more bands from that country on principle, because it's like with the Russians, they've got a lot more to prove because they're not countries traditionally associated with it, so it means a lot more to them. So bands like Seth, they're a black metal band from France. Ortogos, excellent band. Merciless, who famously toured with Death with Chuck Schuldiner in the 90s, they're still going. So they've got a really strong death metal scene. I would call that blackened death metal. Andy, or would you just say straight up death metal? Sorry, straight up black metal.
To me, yeah, just with a real old school feel. But you're better at categorising genres than me. But yeah, there was death metal elements in there, but there was a lot of black metal sort of riffing and sort of
the tone as well, and the evil machinations that they're trying to put across that malevolence. But go on, Dave. Washing machine metal.
So I appreciate like the 80s black metal, because so many bands that came after it were influenced by it. but they became better bands. So the bands of the 90s that were influenced by 80s black metal were actually much better bands because they got influenced and they learned how to play their instruments better than the black metal bands where they put better production, but they did influence a style. The problem with this is it sounds like 80s black metal, and we've had 80s black metal, so we've had those early bands, we've had that aggressive. I heard from my reference would be like the really early like Bestial Devastation from Sepultura, that sort of era. That fast, aggressive, really raw tone, and I know that black metal bands really like that. If you really talk about black metal, I'm surprised there's not more reverb on that.
Yeah,
in all honesty.
the drums were very sharp.
Yeah, everything was a lot too clean. You normally want about for like a reverb turned up full and whack that right on, then you know you've got your black metal tone. And basically, I mean, black metal people heard Lars Ulrich's snare drum on St. Anger, and yeah, we like that. That's fucking great.
Yeah,
a little bit timpanny. So. Tell how much I love black metal. This was never going to be a song or a band that I'm ever going to listen to or ever going to get into, so it's very hard for me to give critique. I mean, you're talking about 4-bar blues, chord progressions, real basic. I mean, everything is driven by what the drummer can do pace-wise and what the vocalist can get across in his aggression. Guitar work on black metal, what I hear, is just basically play as fast as you can, but it's simplistic as fuck.
deliberately dissonant, yeah.
It's not there for technicality, shredding sort of stuff. It's a
fast tremolo.
There's that riff in there, that din 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 riff that goes din 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 din. That's freaking Bugsy Malone. You could have been anything that you wanted to be. Ding, 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 ding. Just check it out. It fucking is. So I know where they get influences from. But video sucks. I'm sorry, guys, but I understand doing videos on a budget.
Yeah.
Do something if that's basically raw footage that they could have. What I'd have done if I'd had that raw footage and that's how they shot it. It's a room set up with one big light in the room. They've just filmed their performance. I don't get if you can clearly see it's a rehearsal room studio that they've set up in with just back panels that they've used like soundproofing panels around them. Who's the sacrifice? Why do you need a sacrifice? So you brought some random person into your rehearsal studio to sacrifice him. Surely just take him out to a woods somewhere and film something in a wood and do it. Just do something.
They spent all the budget on the sword, didn't they? And the fake blood.
Just if you're going to have a story, take the story and film that separately, and then just do a performance one.
Because it was filmed separately, but in the same spot as they done all the performance bits. I see what you're saying.
It's too budgety. You can do it on a cheap budget. You don't have to think so far out of the box. You could easily, or just think outside the box in total. Anything outside the box would have been welcome here. The quality of the video is poor. Maybe they were thinking with black metal that's okay to do it because it's black metal. But when I lose track of what the music's doing and I'm not really into that, then I'm going to be more critical of the video because that's the only thing you've got left to try and keep me entertained. And unfortunately, it really wasn't. I mean, you could see like guitars were going out of focus with the camera shot, so they were getting blurry shots in there. It wasn't working for me. The video. I've got nothing really else I can really say about Necrowretch. They're just not. But in all honesty, it was never going to be a band that was ever going to turn me. They are a sushi for me. They're a complete sushi.
Dave doesn't like sushi. Just
there you go. And you need to watch our video about how food and music is the same. So there you go. It's a sushi band for me from Necrowretch. Now, if you enjoyed our video today, please do like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you on the video sometime very soon.